Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. This video is actually on behalf of good old Stream Radio Stream Captains, my sponsor, and they have been doing a great job in supporting my channel. Please go give them a bit of a follow and definitely go check them out. Stream Radio Stream Captains helps you interact with your streamers, actually placing units if you're a viewer, and you can actually help the streamer who is the captain and achieve their goals. Vice versa for upgrading units and actually gain more experience and upgrades for yourself, different customable skins and more. If you're interested about this sort of thing, go to Stream Raiders, feel free to check it out and definitely support the franchise. For a streamer, well, being a stream captain, you can do a lot, and that helps you interact with your followers, get more followers and stuff like that. But hey, it works, man. It works. But let's get the show on the road. So we are getting ready to talk about the Petro.
Free at worldofwarships.com.
Alright, so now we have the Petro. Okay, the Petro is a lovely tier 10 Russian cruiser. In my opinion, it is the best Russian cruiser rival alongside with the Moskva. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I'm saying this, because I have both ships here available for you to have a look. And you know, this is all based on my own opinion, my opinion alone, but I'm gonna give you a bit of a heads up on my feelings about this one. So, here we are. Alright, so we're going to start talking about the Petropavlovsk. There's a lot of things good about it, okay? So, in the Russian tech tree, you can see it is actually the new brand of Russian cruisers that was introduced a while ago. Okay, so it was introduced a fair while ago, not too long ago. The original tech tree for the Russians, it basically had, after the shores, it had the Chapiev, Donskoy, and then Moskva. And the Alvinovensky is the ship that just recently replaced it a few versions ago. It's about like, give or take, probably about a couple of years now. But yeah, the Nevesky is an interesting rival ship that I have not played yet, but I'll definitely review that at some point once I get it. So anyways, the Petropavlovsk is actually a lovely warship to play with. It has good equipment for you to check out on, so we're going to load it up and explain in more detail. It has the options to have defensive AA, which is pretty awesome against, you know, aircraft carriers when you're in clan battles. I will admit though, if you use this in random battles or grand battles and you're teaming up with a friend who has a Petro that has Hydro and you have AA, as long as the both of you stay in close range, both of you can do some devastating damage against carrier players, and they hate you. They will hate you. In terms of hydroacoustics, on the other hand, there's a lot of things going on. You know, like the hydroacoustic side of things, I think it's, you know, pretty good. It's got good, you know, detectability range of 5 kilometers, and it can detect torps pretty well too. The ship is fast and maneuverable, and the reason I'm saying that is because it's got 32.5 knots. pretty decent ship to play with. The radar, on the other hand, it's got 12-kilometer range, which is pretty standard. The action time for the consumable is 16.5 seconds, which is pretty decent. Honestly, and depending how you expect the Petro, you can definitely have better hydroacoustics and radar search if you want for the increase the action time of both of them a bit longer, or the reload time for the AA defense if you want to. But also you can look at the idea of the engine room protection to be upgraded. But then again, I mean, like, it's not really needed for the main batteries to improve their speed. But if you wanted to use it for clan battles like this, yeah, sure, I would recommend it. If you're really wanting to build your Petro designed for AA build defense, this is the way to do it with defensive AA consumable made available as well. Damage control too is very handy for all types of battle modes, and you might want to reconsider using it for propulsion and steering unless you're happy with the idea of using damage control system 1. Concealment is actually pretty decent for 52, which you can, as you can see, the specifications on the side here. Now, the one thing I will touch is about this part here. I went with this one for the auxiliary armaments modification 2 for a couple of reasons. One, I want to decrease the reload time for those secondaries, increase the damage put out, and also for your AA defense. It is pretty good. Alright, I use this mostly in clan battles and in grand battles. And random battles, it's pretty much like a touch and go scenario when you go against carriers. But don't forget that sometimes when you go up against carriers, you may see them on the battlefield, regardless of which. And you gotta go with the flow and see how it goes and pans out. Sometimes having extra firing gun range and these things is actually a good idea, but hey, really comes down to how you're gonna play it. Now, I will talk more about the ship design of this thing and everything, so you understand. So, the ship itself is pretty strong, okay, but there's a weakness, a major weakness in this thing. And basically, as you can see, the armor belt here. So basically, even though the citadel is located in the middle, and the citadel torpedo bulkhead is pretty much right there as well, on one side of it, and looks like that's on the starboard side, which it is pretty weak on this ship. So yeah, so if you hit it correctly, you can score some serious damage on this thing. There's a bit more reinforcement on it. Actually, I just noticed that it's actually on the... Oh, it's actually right at the bottom. Left and right of it. Okay. But that's like deep down in the front. But this ship is actually pretty devastating once it's in action. As you can see, it's got like 3 guns that does a lot of damage at 220mm guns. Let me just show you the Moskva briefly. Moskva has the same. Alright, and as you can see, it has 3 guns at 220mm guns. Okay, secondary armament on the other hand, it looks like it's slightly different. No, it's not. It's basically the armament. There's like 4 and there's actually 6 in the Petro. That makes sense. But this ship is pretty decent and devastating in battle, in action. So we're going to take this baby for a spin. And then show you how effective the Petro really is. The Petro can definitely do a lot of damage against battleships and cruisers and destroyers, depending how you use it, how you play it. And honestly, that is pretty much the nutshell. Alright, here we go. Speaking about aircraft carriers, and look at that. But that's okay, we're not too worried. We got some good players in here, so we'll definitely take this for a run. So you can see there's some good main batteries, being at 18.5 kilometer range, secondaries at 8.8, and AA guns at 6.6, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we're gonna get ourselves ready for HE and get ourselves ready for some destroyers. As you can see, there's a Shimakaze right up front as our first customer. He is smoking up right now, and honestly, smoke is not really going to stop us from detecting him. But we will be detecting him really real soon. Yeah, so get ready for some interesting action here. Cause some nice damage there. Okay. Nice torps going in there. Looks like our gearing is actually really ambitious today. Alright. As you noticed, that I'm a bit side on to the Minotaur. Start turning towards the Minotaur. Aim towards the hull of it. And look at that. 3 citadels. So here we go again. Very nice shots. Keep bow in. And booyah. There goes one devastated ship. But as you can see, it can take out some serious ships out in this battle. Alright, we got a Kerfuffle right up ahead of us. Haven't really tested the Petro against the Kerfuffle side on, but it does do some damage. Let's just play it correctly and see how we go. Okay, here we go. It's not bad though. Still firing some good shots at him. And Even though I did not kill him, but the penetration hits I got out of it, 71,000 damage, is actually pretty decent. So, it's actually not bad at all. The maneuverability on this ship is actually pretty decent. It can re-heal itself, which is pretty cool. But notice that the body length of this Petro is quite long, so just remember that being totally broadside is not a good idea. If you see like a ship like this, like where the surface is and that's your enemy, be a little bit like that, but you should be like that when you bow into the target, because like the shells should bounce off in your hull, and basically you should be able to, you know, minimize most of the damage on you. Looks like we're all hunting for that carrier now. So that is pretty much the gist of playing it. The one thing I love about the Petro is that it's fast, it's maneuverable, you can actually score some serious good hits on this thing. Honestly, I've loved the Petro when I first played it in clan battles, and I still do. Not as much anymore because like I missed the good old days, you know, mingling with clans and using it for my advantage in clan battles, but that's alright. My day will come back again someday. But one thing I love about the Petro is that it's got a good decent gun firing range, and obviously the dispersion isn't too bad. But yeah, it is worthwhile getting. So when you get to tier 10 with this Russian cruiser, a bit of a tip and advice. So basically, the Petro is not designed to be rushing in with it. It's like a rigger, but the thing is that the rigger has better, more armament than the Petro, in my opinion, because of when it goes up against other battleship players. In terms of firepower, the Petro and the rigger are pretty much neck and neck. One thing I would always say about the Petro is that if you don't have the Moskva, get the Petro. Why? Because the guns are pretty much the same. It's just that more, you know, more firepower is used on the secondary side of things. But hey, I mean, like, each to its own, and you know, definitely well worth it. We're all ganking up on this hackaroo, and I think this hackaroo really hates us. But anyways, that's pretty much the gist of it, my friends. So yeah, that's actually not bad overall, with a good 74,000 damage. But my friends, I'm going to call it there. It's actually not too bad. If you like the Petro and what I've shown in this video, definitely ask more details about it. How do you play the Petro? If you're unsure how to play it, we can give you some more tips and advice on how to play it. Basically, angling in and don't rush in is the best recommendation with this ship. It is a very good warship against other battleships, and it can take hits. It is great for clan battles as well as ranked. So definitely it's a good rival warship against cruisers and battleships. Mostly battleships, because like your guns can penetrate through them if you aim for the right weak spots. But anyways folks, please stay safe, take care, and we'll see you all on the next video.